bro. I'll give you a snack.
Giving snacks is for video.
I'll kick your whole entire family if you don't show your face to mommy. Oh, doing it. Okay, so this is my last idea. My last idea is about, like, I don't know what's actually in this thing. A lot of animals I don't know, and also I don't know their names. But some of them I've seen them in YouTube, so that's great. But and then oh my God, what's that animal? I didn't see an animal. There's a truck right there. There are things that I still know them, but some of them were like rocks. These are what they are, Daddy. They are this. Daddy, they are these. And I was really sad about it, and then I can find something really interesting, and in the park.
Welcome. Today we're visiting İzmir Sasalı Doğal Yaşam Parkı, one of Turkey's largest urban wildlife parks, located in the Çiğli district of İzmir. Over the next 8 minutes, we'll explore the park's history, its role in conservation and education, the variety of habitats and species you'll find there, and how the park balances animal welfare with public access. Whether you're planning a visit or just curious about modern wildlife parks, this guide will give you a clear, informative overview. Let's start with a brief history and purpose. Sasalı Natural Life Park opened in 2008 and was created by the İzmir Metropolitan Municipality to provide a large protected area for wildlife near the city. Its primary aims are threefold: to conserve local and exotic species, to educate the public about biodiversity and humane treatment of animals, and to offer researchers opportunities for study and rehabilitation. Unlike older-style menageries, modern parks like Sasalı emphasize naturalistic enclosures, enrichment, and species-appropriate social structures. Now, location and layout. The park sits on several hectares of land along the Gulf of İzmir and is designed as a network of habitats rather than a single zoo-like corridor. Visitors typically enter into landscaped areas and interpretive exhibits, then move into sections that replicate forests, grasslands, wetlands, and rocky terrain. Pathways are arranged to minimize disturbance to animals while providing clear sightlines. The design encourages a progression from domestic and familiar species to more specialized and sensitive species, which also helps with interpretive storytelling as you walk through. Species diversity is one of the park's strengths. Sasalı houses a mix of native Anatolian wildlife and non-native species used for education and conservation programs. You'll commonly see large mammals such as deer, wild boar, and various small carnivores. Bird collections include raptors, waterfowl, and songbirds, often arranged near recreated wetland areas. There are also primates, small herbivores, and reptiles. Importantly, many modern parks like Sasalı participate in exchange and breeding programs with other institutions. These cooperative efforts help maintain healthy genetic diversity for species that are threatened in the wild. Conservation and rehabilitation are central themes. The park functions as a reception and rehabilitation center for injured or confiscated wildlife when municipal and national regulations allow. Veterinary facilities and quarantine areas are part of the infrastructure. Rehabilitation is complex. Animals need medical care, behavioral assessment, and, when possible, release plans. Even if release isn't possible, the park aims to provide lifelong welfare in enclosures that match species' physical and psychological needs. Beyond hands-on rescue work, the park supports in-situ conservation by educating the public about habitat loss, pollution, and wildlife-human conflicts that threaten local species. Education is a daily activity at Sasalı. Educational programs are designed for a range of audiences: school groups, families, university students, and the general public. Typical programs include guided tours, keeper talks, feeding demonstrations, and workshops on topics such as local ecosystems, animal adaptations, and responsible stewardship. For school children, the curriculum links to biology and environmental science standards, using live animals and displays to make abstract concepts concrete. For example, showing how wetland vegetation filters water, or how predator-prey dynamics shape populations. Animal welfare and enrichment deserve a closer look. because good parks invest heavily here. Enrichment means providing animals with opportunities to express natural behaviors, foraging puzzles for carnivores, climbing structures for primates, nest-building materials for birds, and varied substrates for hoofed animals. Sasalı's keepers design seasonal and species-specific enrichment to keep animals physically active and mentally stimulated. Veterinary care is integrated. Regular checkups, dental care, and preventive medicine reduce the need for invasive treatments later and improve long-term outcomes. Let's talk about visitor experience and responsible visitation. The park seeks a balance between access and animal comfort. Walkways are set back from enclosures, with natural barriers that prevent close, stressful interactions. Signage provides species information, conservation status, and simple do's and don'ts. Don't tap on glass, don't feed animals, and respect viewing distances. Many visitors find educational signage and audio guides helpful, not only to identify species, but to understand broader ecological roles. If you visit, plan for a few hours, read signs, attend a keeper talk, and pause at wetland areas where birds are most active at dawn and dusk. Sustainability practices are increasingly important in contemporary park management. Look for water recycling systems in wetland exhibits, native plant landscaping that reduces irrigation needs, and waste separation facilities. Parks near urban centers can act as green lungs, providing ecosystem services like air purification and stormwater retention. They also serve as community hubs for environmental volunteering and citizen science. For example, bird counts or water quality monitoring led by volunteers and park staff. A few challenges and ethical considerations. Captive wildlife institutions must constantly evaluate enclosure sizes, social groupings, breeding policies, and whether certain species truly benefit from captive care. Transparency about animal provenance, veterinary records, and breeding outcomes builds public trust. Also, parks must navigate legal frameworks for wildlife handling and international regulations for species transfers. Community engagement and independent oversight can help ensure accountable, ethical practices. Finally, practical tips if you plan to visit Sasalı Natural Life Park. Check opening hours and ticketing in advance, as they can vary seasonally. Early morning and late afternoon are best for animal activity in cooler temperatures. Bring binoculars for birdwatching, a reusable water bottle, and comfortable walking shoes. Respect posted rules, and consider joining a guided tour to deepen your understanding of the park's conservation work. In summary, İzmir Sasalı Natural Life Park is more than a place to see animals. It's an urban conservation and education facility aiming to protect species, rehabilitate wildlife, and teach the public about biodiversity. Its combination of habitat-focused design, educational programming, and welfare-minded animal care reflects modern approaches to wildlife parks. If you're interested in conservation in action, it's a rewarding place to explore and learn.
Whispers of stone in the dawnlight, they hums the ancient lullaby. Cappadocia spreads low and light, fairy chimneys pierce the sky. Moonlight paints the tough rock white, shadows dance like ghosts at night. Valleys hold secrets untold, carved by wind and time's cold. Fairy chimneys reach for stars, mystery wraps them in veiled scars. Nay's melody weaves through the air, Cappadocia's magic beyond compare. Underground cities sleep deep, echoes of prayers soft and steep. Hot air balloons float like dreams, silent witnesses to timeless dreams. Fairy chimneys reach for stars, mystery wraps them in veiled scars. Nay's melody weaves through the air, Cappadocia's magic beyond compare. Whispers of kings and of old, stories in stone, never told. Nay cries out to the moon, Cappadocia's tune, a mystic rune. Dawn breaks the Nay chimney stand, quiet aglow. Mystery lingers soft and thin, Cappadocia's heart forever within.